Hey y'all, I'm Bobbi Jo, the canine chef. What are we cooking today, Mom?
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Bobbi Jo. Today we're going to be making dog food. This is ground chicken. I think there's a little bit of ground turkey mixed in here too. The recipe calls for chicken, but I'm going to have a little turkey mixed in. I always get whatever's on sale. Usually buy it in bulk at Sam's, but there are times where I can buy a whole turkey, like around Thanksgiving, you can buy a whole turkey for like 90-something cents a pound. And it's cheaper just to cook the dogs up a whole turkey and grind that up, or you don't even have to grind it up, just shred it up to make their dog food. This giant bowl I got off of Amazon. I use it to mix up my dog's food. The amounts I use in these recipes are specifically formulated for my 3 dogs. I do the Farmer's Dog Do-It-Yourself program. It comes with these do-it-yourself nutrient mixes. On their website, there are several different recipes that are catered to your dog. It tells you how much your dog needs based on their weight, or how much they need based on what their weight should be and how much they should be losing. All of my dogs are overweight, like me, like my husband. Bobbi Jo probably isn't that much overweight, but the vet wants her to be a lower weight because she's had those 2 hip surgeries when she was a puppy. And the less weight she has on her, the easier it's going to be on her as she gets older with those 2 hips. So they want her around 50 pounds, Nolan around 45, 50 pounds, and Carla around 35, 40 pounds. Well, Carla is about 40 pounds right now, so she's almost where she needs to be. Bobbi is down to 60-something pounds, and Nolan, I have not weighed him, but you can tell he's slimming up a little bit. They love this food. I was having a hard time getting Bobbi Jo to eat her kibble, and I tried all different kinds. I was adding topper to it. I was making my own like chicken and broth and stuff like that, bone broth and things like that to add to the food to get her to eat it. The vet wanted me to put her on science diet for stomach and skin issues. She hated that food. She said, this stuff is nasty. I'm not saying you need to make this for your dog. I'm just saying this is what I make for my dogs, and I change it up. They have different stuff all the time, and they absolutely love it. Nolan sits there in the morning when I'm heating up the breakfast for them, and he sits there barking at me like, hey, Mom, is it done yet? Come on, let's get moving. And Bobbi Jo, she just loves her food now. All of them love their food. So I'm going to continue doing this. It's a lot of work, but I try to do it one day a month. And I apologize, I've been sick, so my throat's sore, and I've had congestion and all kinds of stuff going on. I had surgery on the 18th, and it's like ever since I've had surgery, I've been battling something. So anyway, this is 18 pounds of ground meat. It's ground turkey, ground chicken. I'm going to add 12 cups of rice. So I have a big pot on my stove with my rice. I've got this scoop that's 1 cup. I'm going to get 12 cups of cooked rice. Now, I'm positive I've cooked more than 12 cups here, but that's okay because I'm probably going to make another batch later. So I just scoop 12 cups. Rice is another one of those things I get from Sam's. You can buy them in 25-pound bags or 50-pound bags, and they have all different kinds of rice. I'm just using plain white rice today. 6 cups of pumpkin. You can use canned pumpkin, or you can do your own pumpkin. I'm using canned pumpkin today. You just want to make sure it's pure canned pumpkin. There is no salt in it, no anything, just pumpkin. You don't want any seasonings in it. Now, these measurements are for my dogs. Just remember, if you're making something for your own dog, you need to figure out how much they need based on their weight. There's another recipe I made last time, and I was trying to video it, but I've lost some of my video. My camera, my phone was not recording the whole time. But I do have some pictures of, I did shredded sweet potato, trying to think, I think it was shredded broccoli, carrots, Anyway, I have pictures. I'll put some pictures up of the ingredients I used in that one too. They really like it too. They love the sweet potato. Bobbi is not big on broccoli unless it's shredded. If I have like pieces of broccoli in there, she will pull it out and stick it on the floor and won't eat it. She'll take it out of her food bowl and just lay it on the floor and be like, I'm not eating this. So as long as it's shredded in there, she eats it. I find it's easier when it calls for spinach just to buy the chopped spinach frozen at the store. If you want to use fresh spinach, it takes like, for this big batch, it'll take like 50 something cups of fresh spinach. You want to make sure your spinach contains nothing but spinach though, because sometimes these bags have salt and other things added. You want to make sure it says ingredients, spinach. This is frozen chopped spinach, and if you look here, it's 1 cup serving and there's 4 servings, so there's 4 cups per bag. And I need 10.5 cups, so 2 and part of the 3rd bag will be 10.5 cups. Get my scissors. And I just go ahead and just pour it frozen in here. I'm sure they want you to heat it up and cook everything together on the stove. This rice is hot, this chicken's hot. It's all going to go in here, and it's going to go back into the freezer. So I just make sure I get it all good and chopped. What you can do by just smashing it in the bag. I reheat their food before I give it to them. So I just get all this ready, put it in the freezer, individually serving, sized in the freezer with the bags with their names on it. And then they get half in the morning, half in the evening. And I just put it on a skillet in the oven and heat it up. Next, I'm going to add some salmon oil. You use whatever brand you want. I get this on Amazon as well. I used a couple of different brands. I need 9 teaspoons. You know, and this would probably be a good recipe for humans too. I've heated up the dog's food before, and Steve's like, what are you making? It smells really good. Now, the farmer's dog recipes also call for sunflower oil. I cook the meat in sunflower oil because chicken and turkey will stick to the skillet if you don't have some kind of oil down. So I always cook it with the sunflower oil so it's already cooked into the meat, so I don't add it. Now, some people have different feelings about sunflower oil. My dogs have not had any issues with it, so I use what's on the recipe. So this is what my box looks like. It tells you about everything that's in the packets. There's a whole lot of information on the website. And if you sign up for the do-it-yourself program, it customizes it for your dogs. So for this large batch of food, this is 6 batches. I'm going to make 12 batches. But this will be for like 9 or 10 days. I need 6 packets of this nutrient mix. Now you can cook all this together in a big old pot on the stove if you want to do it that way. I don't have a pot big enough. I find this is easier. And since my dog's food is being heated anyway before I serve it, I think it's going to be fine. No issues, and they've been eating this for over a month. They absolutely love eating this food. And then you're going to get a workout because you got to stir all this stuff together. Then we have to divide it up based on each dog's serving size, bag it up, and freeze it. That's why it's good to have a giant bowl if you're going to do as much at one time as I do. If you're going to just do a batch or two here and there, you probably don't need a bowl this big. And if you have smaller dogs, you definitely don't need a big bowl. I like to just go ahead and make up a bunch at one time so I don't have to worry about it the rest of the month. But I do that for everything. I do that for our food too. I make up a bunch of pre-made meals and store them in the freezer. So all we have to do is just basically heat it up. So I usually take one day to make dog food, a few hours on a Saturday to make dog food, and then I'll make a day that I use to make our egg muffins and taco meat and hamburger patties because I grind up our hamburger meat. I do that another day. So 2 days out of the month I spend doing meal prep for me and for Steve, for us and for the dogs. So anyway, I'm going to get this all mixed up and then I'll get it divided into packets and put it in the freezer. I know a lot of people don't want to spend time making dog food, which I understand. Life is busy and it is a lot of work. A lot of work cooking for a family, let alone dogs. So I get that there's not enough time to do dog food. They have the farmer's dog packets you can buy. I prefer to make my own dog food. I just always prefer to make my own stuff, even my own food. I don't do boxed stuff or anything like that. The way I know what's going into it, especially with Bobbi Jo, because Bobbi Jo has seizures. Well, she hasn't had a seizure in over a year, but we have changed everything completely. Her diet, her flea treatments, her everything. I've taken pretty much anything chemical out of her environment and tried to go all natural, and so far it has worked. She has not had any seizures. There are other alternatives if you want to spend the money, I should say, because if you're going to go the cheap route, the cheapest thing to do is buy them kibble, because kibble is cheap. What got us into the farmer's dog, do it yourself, was when Diane was sick. I was looking, she had to go on a low-fat diet, and I was looking for something, was looking for recipes, low-fat recipes for her, because she had a mass on her liver. We were pretty sure it was cancerous. We knew she wasn't going to be around much longer, and we just wanted to do what we could to make her as comfortable as possible while she was still with us. And she was having problems eating because kibble and things like that were causing her to throw up. So I started researching do-it-yourself recipes. And I went on the farmer's dog and I did the thing to see how much it would cost for her food if they made it and sent it to me, because they had low-fat options. And I was like, well, that's too much. I don't want to do that. Well, then they emailed me and I told them what was going on. They emailed me and asked me if I had any questions, and I explained Diane's situation, explained how I've been making her food. And they said, well, we have a do-it-yourself program. We'll send you the recipes and we'll send you the vitamin packets, and you can choose the low-fat recipes you would like to make for her. So I did that. And it was last year this time, she was diagnosed with the liver mass and everything. And they were basically telling us she wouldn't make it through Thanksgiving. And she made it. And she lived another 6 months. But I was feeding her this stuff. So I think her diet and just loving on her and keeping her comfortable. I mean, you know when your dog's finally not comfortable, and you know when they're in pain. And you know when it's time to let your doggy go. But she had a good 6 more months, and she enjoyed these recipes. So that's what made me decide, you know, I'm going to try these for the other dogs. The problem is with 3 other dogs, it's a lot of work. So I have to make sure I schedule my time to do it, because I don't want them to go hungry, and I don't want to have to put them back on kibble after they've been on this. So it's just about time management. So I've had to rearrange my schedule and do a little more time management to make sure I had time to do all of this. I'm not sitting around making dog food and dog videos all day long. I can guarantee you that. I have to actually work, and so I have to fit things into my schedule. Okay, I'm going to divvy this up between the dogs, get it put in the freezer. I'll show you, I'm not going to show you step by step how I'll do this because it's boring. I'll show you how I do it at the end. Be back in a little bit. Bobbi Jo says she gets to lick the bowl. So she always likes to be in here to lick this big old bowl. So I use these freezer bags. I reuse these. It's got each dog's name on it. These are individual servings. This is morning, evening. So there's 2 bags per day because I feed them in the morning and the evening. So I take my daily serving and I half it. This way, if we have something going on and we have to get somebody to feed our dogs, it won't be difficult. They know that 1 bag is their morning, 1 bag is their evening. Anyway, I do 3 days worth in each freezer bag. I take it out, stick it in the fridge, let it thaw. So 6 bags, 3 days worth. I was using these plastic freezer containers, but they take up too much room when you do a month. So I started doing them in these little bags. And I just try to get all the air out much as possible. And there's 3 days worth of Nolan. So I've got more to do over here, but I've got Bobbi Jo already done. This made 12 days worth of food, so 4 bags, actually 12 and a half days of food. Then as I get them bagged up and done, I stick them down here in this basket in the bottom of my deep freezer for them to enjoy. I'll take, once I'm down to the last day in the fridge, I take another bag out to thaw and stick it in the fridge for another 3 days. Let's see what Bobbi Jo thinks. Well, I was going to try to get a picture and let her finish this over there where she would be more comfortable, but she seems to want to finish it here.
This gets the drool-worthy stamp of approval.